This is episode 19 of Healthy Kids, Simple Solutions. I'm Dr. Stevenston. Tonight, what we're going to be talking about is headaches and migraines, and we are mostly a pediatric office, but this, for the adults that I do see in the office, this is kind of one of those things that's split. When we see those migraines and headaches, we see a lot of adults that come in with them, and we also see a lot of kids that come in with them. And unfortunately, it's way too common of an occurrence. So when I think of headaches or when I think of migraines, the first thing I usually think of is vascular or blood flow. And really what I'm looking at is, are your blood vessels constantly constricted? So if you picture your blood vessel, is it constantly being constricted and causing lower amounts of oxygen basically to your brain? And why a blood vessel would be constantly constricted is if you're constantly in this elevated, kind of stressed out, I call it a gas pedal mode. And when you do that, when you're in more of this fight or flight mode all the time, this is naturally going to constrict those blood vessels. And that's usually what we find with these headache patients, is they are constantly have these blood vessels that are getting constricted. So this is something that when you think of a fight or flight mode, we always think that we'll know when we're in it. But a lot of the times this is something that's subconscious. You don't even know when you're starting to get in this elevated state, and then before you know it, this could be at least contributing to a headache. So what we do with these patients is we want to test them on our nerve system testing, and we want to see where they're at on that pendulum. Are they right where they should be and completely balanced, or are they way over in this gas pedal state? And if that's the case, are they able to come back to baseline, or are they always just pegged in that gas pedal state and always constricting those blood vessels? So that's the first thing I want to look at. And the second thing is they have done studies on the craniocervical syndrome right here. And what they did is they looked at it with MRI and fMRI, and they found that when that top bone up here gets either misaligned or stuck, what happens is there's an obstruction of outgoing venous blood flow. So what that means is when you have blood coming into the brain, that's fine, and then it has trouble exiting if this top bone isn't moving properly. So what I picture is it kind of has this dam effect of it comes in and then it kind of pools and sits there and it has trouble leaving the body. And that's obviously going to increase pressure. And the same thing happens with something called CSF in your body. It's cerebrospinal fluid. And what cerebrospinal fluid is it's always circulating around your brain and your spinal cord, and it's nourishing your brain, and it's also taking out toxins from your brain. So when you think of this, it's coming into the brain, it's circulating around, and then it's leaving and going down your spinal cord, and then it's recirculating back up. Same thing happens to this when you have that misalignment here, is it comes in and then it pulls up and it has trouble leaving the way that it should. So those are the two things that I always look at with people that are experiencing headaches. The number one thing that I always want them to do is have our nerve system testing done, and then that's going to tell them, are you in the gas pedal? Are you in that elevated state that's always predisposing you to these headaches? And if you are, how far are you into it? Are you way over where you shouldn't be? Are you just a little bit? And then that's going to give us a ton of information of what to do moving forward. But for anyone watching this video, I'm offering a $50 Amazon gift card if you schedule that initial nerve system testing with us. And the way that I look at it is, worst case scenario, you learn a lot more about how your brain's functioning, about your nerve system, and about your body. And best case scenario, you find out that we're going to be able to help you, and then you're not going to have to struggle with these migraines and headaches. So if you or a child or your own child is struggling with these, pass that message along, and then I can't wait to help you guys, or at least get that initial nerve system testing done, so then we find out what's going on and if that is what's contributing to those headaches and those migraines. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back on tomorrow evening for episode 20 of Healthy Kids, Simple Solutions. But in the meantime, enjoy your light out. And I didn't even know Facebook crashed today, so that's kind of crazy. But I am enjoying the sunlight, so I'll see you guys tomorrow evening.